walk out here and watch Derek right quick. And we're gonna talk about what's going on with our 830, with the final drives. I'm gonna explain quite a few things. So please watch through this video and listen to what I've got to say and everything that goes along with it, because there's a lot to this. It's still that tornado, see all them trees snapped off, tornado track. All this junk over here ain't been touched. It's just broke off, blowed down, just a whole mix of stuff over there. And you talking about a nightmare to fool with. You can't, about the best we can do in this stuff is 12 loads a day. And of course you have to be compensated to offset the lost production on that. So for lack of, if you don't understand that, that means you get paid more to cut this kind of timber like this right here, because it's so difficult to cut or fool with. Because you're gonna watch Derek, what all he's got to do. Now the good thing is with the track cutter, you can get those trees up even after they're on the ground, and you can bunch them. And so that's where you lose the production. You that and all them snags, see all them snags broke off all through there, just tons, trees leaning over. We've probably cut 15 or so storm tracks over the years. The first one we ever fooled with was in '98. We had one come through a track that we had thinned, big timber, straight line winds. We had a 843 then. Me and my dad, we cut all them off with chainsaws. We burnt, me and Dad burnt 15 gallons of daggum saw gas through them two chainsaws, them two 372s, cutting butts off, or cutting them off the root ball. Let me get up on this stump. And every tree you stick a saw in out there is in a bind, and it's trying to kill you. Every one of them. And it's wet down here. This is a slow go right here. So before I get started into this on that machine right there, talking about it in the final drives in, and I'm gonna read a comment that I just got on Instagram, on my Instagram post yesterday, which was a picture of that machine right there on the post. And so what I did was that video, I didn't allow any comments on it. If I would have allowed comments on it, it would have been a nightmare on that video. All I wanted was people to watch the video, because I'm going to explain what's going on, what all's going on with that machine right there. But I'm going to read this comment right here first from Instagram. And what happened was Timber Pro Joe tagged this guy in this comment. His name is Greg. Greg Keel is his name, but he left a good comment right now after Timber Pro Joe tagged him in it. He says, I might take my glasses off where I can see it here. Hang on. He says, oh, for sure, components fail. We had a Timber Pro 735 that the whole hydraulic system got wiped out before it even made it onto the lowboy, picking it up from the dealer due to contamination. Machines break, components fail, but when someone states an opinion of one machine over another, back it up with proof as to why one is better than the other. I'm not saying Timber Pros are bad machines. They work best for owner-operators who are conscious about maintenance and care. They get replaced before the 10,000 hour mark. If Tigercat knows they have an issue with design or a weakness, it is addressed immediately, regardless of warranty or hours most of the time. Tigercats aren't the quickest or the flashiest, but they are by far overbuilt to last. Look at any 99% of large operations. They run fleets of, shoot, hang on. I hit it with my finger. Let's see, let me get back where I was. They run fleets of Deere or Tigercat for track machines. And I know of plenty here in Maine with over 20,000 plus hours that still work daily with minimal maintenance expenses. We currently still have Timber Pros and a Komatsu, so I can speak from experience. All right, Greg nailed it right there. I think he was responding to Timber Pro Joe in that comment, and he's very right. We've had some John Deeres. Well, we had a brand new John Deere cutter that we had to put an entire wiring harness on it. Brand freaking thing, didn't even have 7 hours on it. We had to put an entire wiring harness on it. My motor in my loader up there that I've got right now, we had to pull the engine out of that thing before it even had 200 hours on it. The entire engine out of the daggone thing, and put a fuel tank in it. So Greg is right. If you think that you're gonna buy something new, and I wanted to ask some people yesterday, have you ever bought a vehicle or bought something new that you had trouble with? The answer to that is yeah, you have. It doesn't matter if that machine costs $500,000 or $1 million. And just because it's new don't mean squat crapola. You can still have problems with it. All right, so with that being said, we're going to talk about what's going on with the machine. All right, those final drives on the Tigercat right there, I believe they're called Bergoli's or something like that. It's a weird name. It's hard for me to pronounce. And that's what they've been using. Well, they have had trouble with them things, have been having trouble with them for years. Our other 830 that we had in 10,000 hours, we put 5 sets of final drives in it. And we did not pay for but one final drive out of those 5 sets. Tigercat covered every one of them things for us, except for the very last one that we put in last summer when me and Jay did it, and I filmed it. It was last August. That was the only one that we had to pay for, was that one. And I've got a video of Jay and I putting that thing back together and putting it back in the machine. So Greg is right. Tigercat stands behind their stuff, and they told us that when we bought that first 830 that we will take care of y'all, because they didn't have any of them machines out here in the south or anything, and they wanted some of them out here. And so there you go. But so what's going on right now is they still had to put the same final drives in that machine that was in our old machine. They have got some new final drives. They just wasn't ready for us when we got that machine right there when we had it built. So what they're gonna do is, because they've been having so much trouble, a lot of problems with that thing is in the brakes on it. And we hadn't run that machine in really any bad hills. Not anything really bad yet since we had it. So what happens is it starts leaking. It starts leaking gear oil out of it and everything. And once it keeps leaking, then it ain't gonna be but a little bit. The brakes are gonna go on out, or either start binding up one on it and everything and start giving you trouble. Only thing you can do then is swap the drive out. That's all you can do. So come this September, it should be September, Tigercat is going to come back and they're going to put the new final drives in that machine, the ones that are supposed to fix those problems that us and a lot of other people have been having with them. Now, does that put a bad taste in our mouth with Tigercat? No, it doesn't. We would still continue to buy Tigercat because of the support that we get from Tigercat. The worst part about the deal is dealing with that is a machine being down. These machines are huge. These videos do not do any justice to the size of what they are. The undercarriages are massive. That is a monstrous job to change out a final drive on one of those machines. I mean, it's tough because those undercarriages are so big. The track system on them is so big, and like I said, it's hard. Look, I even got the head all the way upside down. It's hard to convey on film just how large the machine is. So the bad part for us is when the machine is down, having to do that job. And here's the bad part about this. Even though I'm explaining all this in this video, they still gonna be people that ain't gonna understand what I'm saying or what I'm getting at. And if you've never been in business and having to run and make production and all this and everything, it's really, really hard to understand what it's like dealing with this stuff right here. See, those trees are backwards right there. So that's why I turned the comments off on that video, because there was going to be a lot of armchair stuff going on. There was going to be a lot of bashing going on. Tigercat don't need that or anything like that. And sometimes you can't, in this equipment world, you can't snap your fingers like that and have something turned around and fix it, a problem that you're having. The engineering that goes into this stuff is mind-boggling. From where a machine first starts to when it gets to where it's out here running, millions upon millions of dollars, and then hours and hours and hours of testing and just computer simulated stuff. I mean, it is unreal, and a lot of people don't understand that, don't get that. See, Chad's putting that stuff down so that when he backs up to grab that pull, he'll have a bed to run on to get back there so he don't sink when he goes to pull out. I've said it a couple times, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give away an opportunity for somebody to come here and hang out. All you're gonna have to do is get here. I'm gonna take care of your hotel for you for the weekend. Your eats, I'm gonna take care of it all. All you gotta do is get here and get back home. And I'm gonna bring you here to the woods. I want you to be able to get here at least on a Thursday or a Friday morning, one of the two. to where you can be in the woods with us. See, it's not, the machine's not locking in right now, but we're gonna fix that here in about a month. But it'll be a crazy opportunity for somebody to come here and stand right here beside me while this machine is running right here like this, where you can feel what I feel and see what I see. And like I said, I'm gonna take care of everything except getting you here and getting you back home. We're gonna take off a week in July, and Jay will tear that machine apart and fix the plates in it where it's not locking right there. But you see that thing still walking it, boy. Look at it. Derek's in water down there now. So this stuff here is not simple to just fix. It's not like changing the oil on your car or anything like that. This stuff's very, very complicated. And then working with the people with Tigercat and the dealer, you see what he did? He laid that old scrap tree in his ruts right there, so he'll be able to track back on it, because he's still got to go back and forth several times right there to keep getting those trees out. Basically the same thing that Demetrio has to do when he's working in the swamps. But so it's a lot of communication that goes on between us, the dealer, and then also Tigercat. And he's going down, but he's got a pretty good bottom there. I can tell by how it's tracking that it's fairly solid up under him right there. Oh, and then you got to add in on top of that the components for these things, the parts and stuff are very, very, very expensive. I'll find out for sure, but I think those final drives, they run around $10,000 a piece or so, I believe. Uh-oh. Jay caught him a stump right there. He's finna get him another one. Bam, right there. There you go, he got over it there. But the biggest thing with us loggers is the downtime, because we're still making the same, our rates are still the same as what they were 15, even 20 years ago, okay? Look at what things have went up in that time, what these machines cost now compared to what they did back then. And so it eats into your bottom line. And so you got to, and of course Tigercat understands that. They know that that machine's got to run. You can't have a machine out here that costs $600,000 and it not run. I mean, that dude has got to be working, or you ain't gonna make it. You know, because you're talking about depending on how much you put down on it, I mean, you're talking about a payment of well over $10,000 a month just on one machine, and you ain't even figured in the insurance, the spider web right here, insurance, and all your payroll and fuel and all that stuff like that too. And see, even those broke pieces right there, we'll use them. I'll haul them, I'll load them. They'll go right on the truck. Look at Derek sinking in the back end, but he's pawing his way up out of there. He got all the good out of that spot. So it's funny, yesterday Derek said, man, when I seen that video published, he said, I was gritting my teeth to look at the comments. And that's the other reason I turned them comments off, because all of my family watch them. All the Tigercat people watch my videos. John Deere people watch my videos. Caterpillar people watch my videos. ROTOBEC people do. Alright. So it's just simpler not to have all that, because I put these videos out to educate people, and they're free. The people who watch them don't pay me anything to watch these videos. And so why should I get bashed, or we get bashed, or Tigercat get bashed, or John Deere get bashed, or anybody get bashed, or me to allow that to happen? I ain't going to. And I just ain't wasn't gonna read it. It wasn't worth it, or whatever. See the SMZ, that's the stream side management zone. There's a creek that runs down through there. When these tornadoes hit, they don't pay no attention that that's an SMZ that is supposed to be preserved. They put it on the ground. Mother Nature don't care. Mother Nature's gonna win every time. I don't care what, Mother Nature's always gonna win. And I often say it, a tree ain't no different than a human being. It's got a lifespan just like a human being. It's gonna start growing, it's gonna grow, and then it's gonna die. He's sinking pretty bad right there too. Boy, fooling with this stuff make you want to pull your hair out, man, as an operator. It's slow. So he's down to his track body right there now. Chad's coming with him a wad of stuff here too. See, Derek's always telling him, you know, I need stuff, Chad. So Chad, when he comes back, he brings it to wherever Derek needs it. He'll drop it. Derek will grab it and throw it wherever he needs it, and then he'll give him a mat to run on, then hold him up. That's the only way you can make it. You've got to work together. You have got to work together. You see Derek's gonna grab it and he's gonna set it around there in that hole back there now. See, he's spreading it back there now. come here with me and hang out, they're gonna be able to hang out all day on a Friday in the woods with me and us. You'll get to meet everybody. You'll get to meet Chad, Derek, Kevin. You'll get to meet everybody too. And then on that weekend, that Saturday, we'll do whatever you want to do. If you want me to tour you around town, take you to my place, hang out there, we're gonna go out to eat dinner and stuff. You're gonna get to meet Jill. Whatever you want to do, that's what we'll do. And of course, I'm gonna be documenting it all on film. We'll call it the Ultimate Fan Experience Giveaway. It's what we'll call it by Cotton Top 3. I'm gonna grab my water and we're gonna walk back up the hill here.